Change is the only constant. It is unexpected and it is inevitable. With Puma, Ensemble has delivered change to the influencer marketing industry in the shape of Maya, a virtual influencer. But could Maya really deliver value for brands? And are virtual influencers really the answer to the future of influencer marketing? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and the board of directors of Ensemble Worldwide. Please allow us to briefly introduce ourselves. My name is Alexander as the first speaker, to be followed by my colleagues Andika, Shania, and Erika. We are Team Universitas Gadjah Mada, proudly representing Indonesia. Before we get you into our presentation, please let us walk you through of what we are going to cover in the next few minutes with the executive summary. Our presentation for today will be centered around the key question seen on the top of the slide, taking into account two key issues to solve with two strategies, as well as the following expected key impacts on the bottom of your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, in the upcoming few minutes, we are going to answer the following key question. How can Ensemble maximize the potential within Puma's Maya as a virtual influencer to deliver concrete values and be a sustainable model for future influencer marketing? So before we go further, let's understand the current context. Your company has created Maya, a virtual influencer. However, we understand that as of today, Maya's lack of authentic voice has not fulfilled the key purpose of an influencer. Furthermore, we see that as a virtual influencer, it faces difficulty in forming a sense of intimacy with consumers. With our strategy of embrace and engage, we envision a better future for your company as we aim for Maya to be an influencer that is followed by society because of its story and engagement, and to utilize Maya more to interact with consumers using its capability as an AI-generated persona in Southeast Asia. Now, without further ado, let's jump into our analysis. Looking at the role of the influencers in the industry, we see that influencers have taken a major role in forming perception and influence among society through co-production of marketing messages with companies. Influencers have somewhat become a tool of choice for brands in spreading words as influencer marketing spending is expected to grow fastly and double the spending from 2019, reaching a value of about $15 billion. Also, we understand that there are two important driving factors for influencer marketing success to deliver concrete values and becoming impactful, namely a more authentic voice and sense of intimacy, in which authenticity would drive trust and followings, while a sense of intimacy is important in shaping relatability and engagement. So, how about in the context of Southeast Asia? Driven by the rapid growth of real GDP, internet, and smartphone penetration, the influencer market in Southeast Asia is thriving. Being that the region is currently home to 480 million social media users, the Southeast Asia influencer market value is projected to be 4 times higher than after the 5 years, knowing that Instagram and YouTube are the two most used platforms. However, one unique thing that really shapes the entire market of influencer in Southeast Asia is the fact that it is a very diverse region. As such, there is no single influencer that could truly appeal across all of Southeast Asia. But then there is Puma, that wants to set up a marketing campaign throughout Southeast Asia for its new sneaker lineup. Needing an influencer to really cater the whole region, Ensemble is somewhat the answer to the fashion brand. With 3 core pillars of technology, data, and storytelling, Ensemble as a consumer specialist really holds the idea of the unicorn idea, as the company always seeks for something innovative. Collaborating with SoMin.ai, a Singaporean tech company, Ensemble gave birth to Maya, Puma's virtual influencer, an answer to the fashion brand's challenge. But before we get chewed up with all the hype, let's see if virtual influencers can really stand against human influencers. Overall, comparing both of them, we see that virtual influencers really brought the flexibility of control that was never present in human influencers. However, with regards to virtual influencers, we see that the engagement that is present in humans, the human touch and the connection, the identity that is present in humans is still lacking in the virtual influencers. As such, we understand that there are 2 key issues to solve, in which for Maya to deliver concrete values and to be a sustainable model for the future, the lack of authentic voice and the sense of intimacy that have yet to be formed should be solved. Understanding those issues, we have mapped out several alternatives seen on the figure on the slide. However, comparing each one, we see that two of the alternatives in the middle of the figure are the most favorable ones to tackle the issues and reach our objectives. Hence, ladies and gentlemen, we then map out what is the key question that we need to solve. Allow us to present our grand solution, embrace and engage, of Maya's travel diary and Hello Maya. Now, for further elaboration, I will pass on to my colleague, Shania.
Thank you, Alex. Now let's move on into our solution. The first issue that we are about to face is how, in the current condition, Maya is lacking an authentic voice and is not yet fulfilling the key purpose of an influencer, where influencers should be trustworthy and follow-worthy due to their story and uniqueness. Thus, in order to make Maya to be more well-known and followed by society, we need to use this strategy, embrace Maya's travel diary, by building Maya's persona, highlighting her daily activity to gain trust and followings. Unfortunately, current conditions are not ideal enough where Maya's engagement rate is still below the industry benchmark, and the number of her posts can also be improved, such as her daily content, to make her more qualified and to be classified as an influencer like any other flesh and blood influencers. Thus, we need a whole new Maya's content plan to strategically improve Maya's image in society's mindset, to make Maya's existence to be closer with anyone, which at the end of the day would improve the trust of any contents that Maya uploaded and things that she used. In order to make that succeed, your agency needs to do several key steps, such as increasing the frequency of her posts due to the increased activities that Maya does, and making sure that the activities is in line with Southeast Asia's market interest. Besides that, Ensemble should also create more engaging activities with her followers that could drive sales for Puma, such as doing semi-live sessions once in a while. Now, the next question that you might ask is how can Maya's travel diary create such an authentic image of Maya, and how can Puma could benefit from the initiative itself? As we are choosing Maya's image as the traveler, food, and experience content creator, according to the social listening where food and traveler is the most common interest of Asian market. Thus, we believe that Maya's activities as someone who is actively visiting new places, trying new food, experience, would make Maya more real as she has specific story of her life and enables her to create more consistent contents of her daily activity. With Maya's travel diary, we're going to make contents in IG story, feeds, and TikTok containing places and foods or sport arenas that are visited by Mayas across countries within Southeast Asia as the main destination. The unique impact of this strategy is that it will not only benefit for making Maya's image to be more authentic, but also to be one of the Puma's revenue streams to finance its marketing, as there is a huge opportunity of co-branding contents with various destinations, restaurants, and etc. To note, every post will still include Puma's product used by Maya to make sure that we are still highlighting Puma as our main product focus. This strategy is giving much other benefit for Puma, as this strategy is controllable by Ensemble, and Puma can create contents exploring all over Southeast Asia with much lower cost compared with hiring human influencers. This strategy will also be scalable if Puma wants to enlarge the coverage of Maya, as she's a virtual person that can go anywhere, unlike a human influencer. Further than that, we are going to explore more potential of Maya by creating a semi-live session with Maya where she'll do shop visits and store touring, where followers can also directly buy those pieces of clothes in the live session. This initiative will increase the type of content and engagement that Maya has, increasing the exposure of Puma's store all over Southeast Asia, and most importantly, to be one of the sales conversion channels from Maya. All in all, we see that this is an initiative that is exclusive initiative that can be done by Maya herself. As she is an virtual influencer, we don't have time constraint, budget constraint, or any control constraint of moving her easily from one place to another. This exclusive advantage of Maya is embraced by our team, and we are making the most out of it. Knowing that, we are very optimistic to gain organic followers increase by 20,000 followers, sales from Maya's e-com semi-live strategy will bring about 16 million. Thus, we are very proud to propose Maya's travel diary for developing the benefits of Maya for Puma. Now let's explore the other solution that we offer, which will be explained by my colleague Andika.
Thank you, Sania, for your explanation about our first solution. As in the first solution we presented earlier by my colleagues, the activation of Maya potential as a virtual influencer and also brand ambassador of Puma is the key in our response to the challenge that's in the second issue. After that, we can take advantage of the benefit of this kind of AI influencer persona to crack the potential and other opportunities that Puma is going to play. The key issue that we want to answer here is virtual influencer face difficulty in forming a sense of intimacy with customers. Meanwhile, the objective to be achieved in the second solution is to utilize Maya more to interact with customer using her capability as an AI-generated persona in Southeast Asia, especially in the term of product related and their shopping channel. Therefore, we are proud to present our second solution, Engage. Hello Maya. This solution has three main points. The first is how Maya will become one of the features in the shopping experience via their website. Then the second one is to create a personal experience feature for the customer. After that is hope that the implementation of this idea will be a validation process, both for Puma and Ensemble as a Puma strategic marketing partner, and try to capture potential benefit and opportunities for further development. Before we go further into strategy, of course, we must try to understand how the current condition of the broader perspective of Maya and Puma are. First, we see that there is a low utilization of Maya in Puma's overall strategy to strengthen their position in Southeast Asia market. This is not to justify that their point is wrong, since at the first it was used to introduce one of its few product lines, which is Future Reader. But Puma and Ensemble need to aware that there is still low of linkage between Maya and the Puma brand as a whole. Second, the initiation of making this virtual influencer in Puma's marketing strategy was specifically targeted to suit the Southeast Asian market. For Puma, as they say themselves, this initiation is an opportunity to be applied to strategies in other regions, let's say Russia, that they have initially talked about it. For Ensemble and also Somin.ai, of course, it will become a major improvement and also strong legitimacy for them as a marketing agency with full of unique ideas. So it's a scalability potential for both parties. Third, look at the condition of Puma's sales performance in Asia Pacific. While the direct-to-business sales in both e-commerce and brick-and-mortar stores increased by almost 61% in third quarter of 2020, its sales in Asia Pacific fell by 1.9%, with Southeast Asia being a worse contributor along with Korea and India. Therefore, we recommend Hello Maya, a solution that be able to utilize Maya more to aiming Southeast Asian market using new shopping experience feature for the customer. Maya will be a feature option that can be used by customer when visiting website for e-shopping or just e-window shopping. Hello Maya will be present on the Puma Southeast Asia sub-website, which is currently only available in Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. This feature is specifically for the customer who already have an account and already logged into the website. After they log in, they will be given the option to hang out with Maya for a personalized shopping experience on the website. Maya's way to provide a personalized experience when hanging out with customer account data that has been registered in the system. They can also take it further by leveraging the AI on this service by using cookies and other related information about customer to provide an even more advanced shopping experience. The narration that we would bring is Maya becoming a trendy and chill shopping friend for the customer. This artificial friend persona will bring a little touch of gamification features. In a special page that they created, the customer can mix and match Puma product directly to artificial bodies that are adjusted to their actual size of the customer. The display is made to be viewable in 360 and side by side with Maya. In this way, Maya can also act as a channel to make a product offering. The mock-up are also made to be able to provide new product recommendation, certain product stock that need to be sold, or discounted product that will be matched with customer account information. And of course, customer will be able to find out their choice, then check out, or simply show a product availability and where to find this product in the nearest stores. As I explained earlier, the solution is actually intended as a validation tool and a pilot project to crack further benefit and opportunities both for Puma and Ensemble. The first, of course, is a way to further explore the brand virtual influencer marketing model that is related to their product-related strategies in sales and further implementation of use of AI in their business features. Second one is this artificial friend personas can also be used to engage customer with other Puma features. For example, in their Puma track apps, Maya can become a buddy partner when the user does a workout. Third, this initiative to enhance to new retail business model or to O2O model for Puma. For example, they can use virtual fittings, which they already have in some of their flagship store in the other countries, to mix and match when customers are shopping in stores. In its implementation in Southeast Asia, of course, Maya became a great body for them to feel more intimate connection and engagement between the influencer and the customer. For key performance indicator in the second solution, it is more about how we see whether this AI friend persona is working effectively. Of 21 million visits in its Southeast Asia landing page. Second is the click-through rate of 5%, and at least in the number of leads by 560,000 users. To learn more about the implementation of our two solutions, my colleague Erika will help you.
Thank you, Andika. So now let's take a look at the projected impact. So from the projected revenue chart on the screen, our strategy Embrace is expected to yield incremental sales of 16.5 million euro in the course of 3 years from the existing baseline. If we take a look at the right side, the logical approach is derived from our targeted reach, taking into account the click-through rate as a KPI, which will result in the conversion and at the end of the day will convert into sales. On the other hand, the engage strategy will yield approximately 42 million euro converted sales within the next 3 years. Again, the logical approach is derived from our targeted website visits, taking into account the click-through rate as the KPI, factoring bounce rate, which will result in leads or potential buyers, and at the end of the day will convert into sales. So now, at this point, you may also ask, how about the cost of implementing our strategy? The investment cost is divided into two main parts, Embrace and Engage. From the Embrace strategy, it is estimated that we are going to incur 15 million euro, which is divided into marketing and people costs. And on the Engage strategy, we will incur approximately 25 million euro, will be divided into website development and IT team. For further explanations, on the right bottom side, marketing cost is related to digital asset creations and as well as the marketing campaigns on e-commerce. People cost is related to the Maya's project team, which consists of project manager, copywriter, and the staffs. And website development is related to the AI-generated personal assistant and the natural language processing feature. And the IT team is related to the back-end, front-end, and as well as the UI/UX developer. In order to successfully implement our strategy, Ensemble also needs a projected 3-year implementations with measurable KPI. The implementation timeline is divided into two parts, Embrace and Engage. For Embrace, we are looking to conduct a market survey and development of the project team immediately, which will be followed by design, concepting, as well as the pilot launch in all platforms, and thus at the end of the day, iterations will continue afterwards along the year. For Engage strategy, we are looking to conduct a market analysis and planning phase, which will last for a year, since we need a robust and extensive pre-implementations. Data collections will be conducted after half of the first year, as well as the algorithms training. Prototyping and MVP creations will be conducted, as well as the market validations, iterations, and evaluations. However, we believe that there is no strategy without any risk. We identified there are 4 key major risks, which 2 of them are above the critical line that Ensemble should be able to mitigate. The first one is the lower than expected KPI metrics used for marketing initiatives, which will be mitigated through our continuous improvement and monitoring our KPI metrics used to assess the marketing performance, and as well as to conduct A/B testing to ensure the best strategy implemented. And the second one is the financial risk to develop the strategy, which we will focus on the core features only and the development of partnership scheme with multi-brands to ensure the cost-sharing agreement. Thus, we circled back to our main key questions. How can Ensemble maximize the potentials of Pumas Maya as virtual influencers to deliver concrete values and be sustainable model for future influencer marketing? With these 2 key issues, Maya's lack of authentic voice, which has not been fulfilled, the key purpose of an influencer, and the second one is virtual influencers face difficulties in forming a sense of intimacy with consumers, which will be solved by our strategy, Embrace and Engage, with 2 main arms, Maya's virtual diary and Hello Maya, which will bring, at the end of the day, 2 key projected impacts, gain incremental sales revenue for Ensemble and Puma. Thus, this strategy will bring Maya to win the heart and the minds of Southeast Asia and be the future of influencer market. Thank you. Now the floor is open for questions and answers.
Thank you, team from Indonesia, for your excellent presentation. I'm now looking at my colleagues to set the timer to 15 minutes. That's done. Judges, please ask your first question.
So I have firstly, very good presentation, team. Nicely done, clearly articulated. I'm sure there's a lot of hard work that's gone into it as well. Did you not think about influencers like Maya, more influencers like Maya? Also, did you not think about what other adjacent products and services could probably be unlocked for sales? Because Puma operates in the fashion category, there's just so many other brands, brand partnerships, things like those that can come alongside to unlock the reach of that business model.
Thank you so much for the questions. Yes, we believe that there are so many room for opportunities for Maya to be able to conduct such as partnerships with other brands. And we integrated that into our strategy, which is our first strategy, Maya's travel diary. For example, I'll try to give an example. If, for example, Maya go to like visit a culture or a temple in Thailand, for example, they can actually engage with the local food, and therefore they can actually engage partnership with the food corporations in the cultural sites. So this can actually bring product revenue, and will actually explore co-branding opportunities for Maya. Thank you.
I didn't see that in your financial slide. Is there? Or maybe I misunderstood it.
Yep. Thank you so much for the questions. Yes, we believe that the financial part is related to the revenue generated from the product sales only, from the TikTok, Instagram, and also the e-commerce platform, because we see that these three revenue streams are the main potential channels for us, for Puma. However, we also noted that there are some possibility that the marketing initiatives are not as good as what we expect. So we believe that there are some opportunities for another revenue stream, which probably could be the co-branding with another brands. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess my first question is linked to what Suresh was asking. I see in your slides you're referring to Puma's Maya, but is it Puma's Maya, or is it the company's Maya? I ask that question because if you start from the premise that actually it's Puma's Maya, then it's going to automatically restrict you to focusing on partnership with Puma, as opposed to how we could take this to another level by having a much broader appeal. So I guess my question is, have you kind of approached this on the basis that this is Puma's Maya and not the company's Maya, and that's led you to this looking at it more through the Puma lens? Because that's what comes across.
Okay, if I may answer the question. So what we see with Maya is that we see that Maya as a virtual influencer currently is starting off as a Puma brand ambassador. However, we are looking at several opportunities to expand Maya into much more than just being part of Puma. So that is what some of the things that we considered in forming the solution that we have formed, which is Maya's virtual diary and also Hello Maya.
To dig deeper. Yeah, I want to add some about my colleague's answer. The solution is actually intended as a validation tool and also the pilot project to crack further benefit and opportunities both for Puma and also the ensemble. So the first, of course, is way further to explore the brand virtual influencer marketing model that is conducted by ensemble. That's related to their product-related strategies in sales for the implementation of the use of AI in the business feature in the Puma. So, and the second one is it could really make a benefit in terms of the legitimacy for ensemble and also the SoMe AI to see that they are really a good marketing agency that try to have a unique unicorn idea. So I think I think with what we try to recommend is we try to have a benefit as an ensemble to make a Puma is could be scalable to another opportunity, and also it also bring a benefit in terms of revenue and also the awareness of its Puma's brand for the Puma itself.
Okay, and my second question is more specifically about the numbers for the business case, because I didn't see everything on one slide. But if I understood correctly, you're asking for an investment of 38 million euros for these two strategies, which is a very, very large number. What's the break-even analysis on that, and what's the payback, and what's the return on capital that I should expect from investing that 38 million?
Yep. Thank you so much for the questions. Yes, we believe that combining the cost structure and as well as the financial impact, we could actually achieve the break even in the third year. However, we also noted that this is just an initial cost because this is like a pilot testing for the validation tool. So we believe that probably there are rooms for another cost that we haven't really covered, but we believe that through the pandemic situations itself, the increase of this online sales channel, especially in the websites and especially in the e-commerce itself, it could actually potentially bring a very high incremental revenue in the next after the 3 years, which can actually be capitalized by Puma and also Ensemble. Thank you.
So I have one question, but I guess that one question has multiple questions inside it. So nice job around integrating Maya into e-commerce. So genuinely good way to go about it. From what I understand, you have integrated Maya into e-commerce at 2 levels. One is to sort of use Maya to sell or help sell or attract buyers within social platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and wherever else, which makes the task of Maya in that part as prospecting. So there are lots of people out to buy products, and Maya's job is to try and get these people to buy Puma products. So that's one side. So on the other side, you have used Maya almost like a chat bot in your website to make the journey of a purchaser easy. He's already on your website, which means he's already ready to purchase. So it then becomes like a service from the company. So from your entire revenue, how much, since all your revenue are based on social and web selling, how much have you attributed to social selling, which is prospecting based, and how much have you attributed to website selling, which is service based, and why?
Okay, thank you so much for your question. So we are actually, firstly, one of the most biggest incremental revenue that we want to get from the prospecting itself is about 16 million, and we are actually the bigger percentage of our sales itself is we are targeting bigger proportion, up to more than 50% is coming from the second strategy that was integrating from our website itself. And also with both of our strategy itself, we aim to achieve NPV of 125 million and IRR of about 15%.
Can you go back to the chart where you stack it up, your revenue? How did you arrive at these 14 for 1.5? Just so that I understand. I'm not sure exactly how I get the base sale at 199, which must have got it from a secondary source. This 4, 1.5, 14, how did you get those numbers or calculate them?
Okay. Thank you so much for the questions. Yes, we believe that these these are the numbers from our both strategies, the engage and the embrace. From the embrace itself, there are two potential social media channels and also the sales channels that we are going to use, which is the TikTok, Instagram, and as well as the e-commerce platform. So we believe that from the e-commerce and as well as the TikTok itself, it could actually have some kind of targeted reach, and from that reach we can actually tailor it to like percentage of those users who click our product product featured in the contents, and as well as we can actually tailor it into like the conversion numbers from those numbers. So we believe that taking into account those three metrics, we can actually derive the sales. And for the engage strategy, we are looking at the website visits because this is a primary social media channels that we use. And from the website visits, we have to take into account the click-through rate again as the main metrics that we use, and factoring into account the bounce rate, because bounce rate is a common metrics in the website for assessing the performance of the website itself, and that does will lead to leads, which leads means like the potential buyers, and from the potential buyers we can actually convert it into sales. So that the logical approach is coming in through from that analogy. Thank you.
Got it.
I'm curious what other ideas you considered in your deliberations, and how you selected this idea over the other ideas. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yes. So here are some of the ideas that we actually considered during our discussion, in which we have gathered 5 different ideas based on the cost effectiveness, the impact sustainability, as well as the feasibility of all of these ideas. We found out that making Maya's travel diary and Halo Maya are the most favorable ones. However, one thing that we considered was, for example, like Couple Maya, making another filter influencer that would act as a couple to Maya. So that was one of the things that we considered.
Yeah, to add on, but our analysis is that we found out that this strategy, such as the couple Maya itself, it is it is not really feasible for us to make it in the near go, understanding that the cost will be higher, as we need to develop one more a man figure in Southeast that represents people in Southeast Asia that could be the perfect couple for Maya itself. But we see that this can be a perfect a future development plan that we can go through in the future, so that we can make more real stories of how Maya is living her life, as well as integrating our brand Puma itself with the real life of society in Southeast Asia. And the other strategy also, we see that there is the impact sustainability that is not really sustainable from the flesh and blood marketing, solely from those kind of marketing strategy. We are not taking those strategy as our main strategy for you to offer for your company, and yeah, that will be our another.
I want to add something more. Of course, our proposal about these 2 solutions is actually to want to crack further benefit and opportunities in the future, both for Pumas and also Assemble. Maybe we, in this kind of artificial friend personas that Maya have right now, this can also be used to engage a customer with other Puma features, like maybe a Puma track apps. They can become a buddy partner for workout or something like that. And also the initiative enhance actually this related to the revenue stream to Puma. It's enhance the new retail business model, or O2O model for Puma. For example, they can use virtual fittings, which they already have in some of their flagship store in other countries to mix and match, and when the customer is shopping in store or brick and mortar store. So actually what we want to say is actually our 2 solution is have an potential to crack more benefit and opportunities in the future of the Puma itself.
Yeah,
Thank you.
to add on, both of our this strategy are also the ones that could directly convert to sales for Puma itself, as it is one of the most important feature that we want to make sure from our marketing strategy, as it is very crucial. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, team from Indonesia, for your presentation and for the Q&A. We will now move you to the waiting rooms. The judges will deliberate, and then we'll bring you back to receive some direct feedback on your presentation. So thanks again, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, judges.